the final race of the 2018 season, and no doubt the craziest race is just around the corner. It's been 8 years since the Motocross of Nations was on American soil. Last time was back in 2010 in Denver, Colorado. And guess what? Team USA won. The French team have been dominant in this competition since 2014, winning for 4 consecutive times. They arrive here as the defending champions with the Chamberlain Trophy firmly in their grips and will run with the numbers 1, 2 and 3 on their bikes. But this year the game seems more open than ever. Team USA are the favourites as we are on their home soil. They have unfinished business after last year's misfortune. But also we can't forget Team Netherlands, who have been twice runner-ups in the past. They have Jeffrey Herlings, the newly crowned 2018 MXGP World Champ, so the race is promised to be intense. Welcome to Redbud for the 2018 Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations.
Justin Barsha and Jordi Tixier take us for a lap around Redbud. A short downhill start straight into a 180 right that's banked to the outside, crossing the Foxhole shot line on the exit, immediately past pit lane into turn 2, which is a 180 left. Heavy ground after overnight rain left the circuit a little bit heavy, but a dry line did appear through that turn 3, dropping downhill for the first time, and then into turn 4. 2 or 3 rollers through there, and then short little straight into the black section, which is all wood chip mixed in. Really holds the moisture. A real difficult circuit on this racetrack. Heading uphill over the first Monster Energy triple uphill. A good long landing in which the riders can navigate that through this double apex left, if you like. The ground very hard underneath at this point of the racetrack, and then into the off-cambered section. Falls very steeply from right to left through this long sweeping right turn, over a short little tabletop, right in front of what will be a very busy part of the racetrack. We go left, uphill, into the main infield section. Again, banked to the outside. And then exit that Talladega style turn, dropping downhill into a bank left. And then we take this huge tabletop that links one part of the circuit to the other, past the Stars and Stripes on the left-hand side. The split section through this next left leads into an uphill wave section. 8 or 9 waves through there, and as you can see from the water laying in the track, it's going to be very, very heavy for the MX2 riders. Over this city tabletop jump, dropping downhill, and then into the left-hander again, split, a single to the inside. You can go around the outside, one of the most famous hills in motocross history. A small jump though right before it, the uphill triple that is known as Larocco's Leap. Quite steep on the landing, through the left, split through there as well, higher to the inside, and again on the right hand side. This is the final turn, the Monster Energy finish line jump here, and when we land it's a short straight into the final corner on the racetrack, exit this left and back down the start straight to start another lap. There are 3 riders per team and they race for their country. They race with the numbers of where they finished last year. For example, France are the defending champions and race 1, 2, 3. Each rider will race twice. And where you finish is what you score. So first is 1 point, 10th equals 10 points. 5 out of the 6 results count, and the worst result gets dropped. The lowest team total wins. Three races on Sunday. Race 1 is MXGP and MX2. Race 2 is the MX2 and Open Riders. Race 3 is Open and MXGP, the big one.
We are the guys to beat, you know. We won the last four seasons, so yeah, we are number 1, 2, 3. So we are the best in the world. So we need to keep it now. It's a big we have a big challenge, challenging weekend. But I mean, we're gonna give everything we had, and yeah, try to keep that red plate.
Motocross Nation, it's so nice for the synergy. We are racing also always in individual sport, and there is so much tension in between all racers. You know, we always want to give our best and beat everyone. So now to exchange some information on the bike, on the line, for the start, with the staff, you know, it's pretty cool.
Sure, you know, I'm really surprised and really excited. It's been a busy few weeks, you know, to be ready for Imola and this last race is here. But, you know, we did it, and actually really excited. Dylan was his teammate a few years ago, and then he left to U.S.A, so it was nice, you know, to see him again, you know, and we have some fun and also really focus on the motos and on the race on Sunday, so everything's going really good.
It's very exciting to be a part of the team, you know, and we're here at Redbud this year, so it's going to be really cool. You know, we're not defending the #1 plate this year, and we haven't defended it for 6 or 7 years or whatever it's been. So it's our job to go out there and like try to get it back. It's fun being out there with new guys. You know, even though I've raced them a couple times, when you just get used to your normal guys you race against, but to have the Europeans, it's cool.
I'm definitely proud to be a part of it. Yeah, they picked me, and I'm still kind of speechless about it. You know, I don't really know what to say, and you know, I'm gonna do my best to make them proud.
It's good to be back here at Motocross Nation. It's been a few years for me since I raced it, so very excited. I like racing the MXGP racers. It's fun. I have a lot of respect for their racing, and I watch it every weekend after my race. So it's exciting to throw something new in the loop with some new racers. It just changes us up a little. That's what's exciting about this race in general. Just a lot of guys racing each other that don't race every weekend.
MXGP and MX2 was the first race up here at Redbud. Charging down into turn 1, Tony Cairoli fell just yards from the Fox hole shot line, handing the advantage to Jeffrey Hurlings, and there was carnage behind him. Ken Roxon, Clement de Sal, and a whole host of other stars went down. 7 corners later, Jeffrey Hurlings also hit the deck and handed the lead to the young 250 rider from Spain, Jorge Prado. Hurlings found his way past Hunter Lawrence and Colton Fasciotti of Canada in the space of about 100 meters, and moved quickly into third and went after Gauthier Paulin. Eli Tomac was on the move. He found his way past his teammate Aaron Plessinger, and as he started to find his way in towards the top 10, Plessinger fell. He would eventually pick himself up, but only rejoin the race and come home in 18th place. Kevin Verlanderen for the Netherlands, number 5 on the 250, was caught by Tony Cairoli as Cairoli picked himself up after that first turn crash. He was on the charge, looking for a top 5 finish at least. Tommy Searle was running in 4th for Great Britain as he then found his way past Hunter Lawrence on the 250 from Australia, number 17, but Searle would eventually suffer some bad luck. Hurlings thought he found his way around the outside of Gauthier Paulin, but he had to wait another few corners before he eventually made the pass stick for the Netherlands. All of a sudden, it was game on. After the move on Paulin, he then went after Prado. This move was decisive to put Herlings in the lead around the halfway mark. Dylan Ferrandis was looking comfortable for France. He was running in a 6th place position, but he eventually dropped back to 7th as he was caught and passed by U.S.A. The Belgian eventually circulated to come home in 5th place. Prado was having the ride of the weekend. He was in 3rd position. U.S.A. got caught by Tomac, who crossed the line to go 4th. U.S.A. made 1 or 2 little errors in the final stages of the race. He had to be content with 5th. Servo went out with 3 laps to go. That was the mechanical issue we were talking about a moment ago. Tomac was the lead American rider, Prado the lead MX2 rider, and Paulin, the captain of France, put in a great performance to make sure that they went into race 2 on top.
You know, we've been close so many times. It's never easy to get a podium at Motocross Nations. You have 3 riders, all have to be having a great day, and yeah, we can do that. We have a great team, and these conditions should suit us.
You know, we've got a strong team. I'm pleased with how it's all going so far, and we've got a good feeling over here. We've had a good few days. Made it through the year, and this is like the cherry on top of the cake to come here, to do this for the fans, to do this for your country, to be a part of this whole experience, and one of the biggest races there's going to be in the world for sure, with the fans and the amount of people that are going to be here.
It's a dream as a kid to race the Motocross of Nations, so yeah, to be here, it's an unbelievable feeling, and yeah, I just really want to go and enjoy my weekend. So I enjoy racing in America. I actually thought the weather would be a little bit better and maybe a little bit more sunny, but no, for someone from the UK, it's like home actually.
Yeah, first time for me at the Nations actually. First time ever, just be here to watch. So the whole vibe is really nice. I feel really proud and honoured to represent Holland and to be selected to race here. It's something special to race against the Americans on American soil. So it's good. I'm going to try take it all in while I'm focused and trying to do my best.
You know, coming into this event, we're all feeling strong. We have 3 strong riders in the team, and just walked the track, and it looks amazing. And it's a bit sandy out there, so we put our scoop tire, and the confidence will be there.
For sure, as a team we got twice second. Also, I never won on Motocross of Nations 2 times the motos. So now looking forward to it, and hopefully go 1-1 individually. And with the team try to get 1 step higher. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, to beat the U.S. on the home soil.
It's going to be hard to beat them, but we definitely won't give them the win for free.
As the gate dropped for MX2 and Open, Henry Jacobi was left on the line for Germany. So too was Travis Pastrana. Over on the inside gate, so all eyes on the number 6 of Glenn Koldenoff. And it was he who took the foxhole shot. Lupino was well placed, but then he got tagged coming out of the turn, and how he stayed on was a miracle. He went the whole length of pit lane straight, hanging off the side of his Kawasaki. He eventually did pick himself up. He came round on the opening lap in 25th place. Dylan Ferrandis made a move on Harry Kulas, and he was quickly up into 7th. Hunter Lawrence just behind him, but this race was all about the 250 boys. Ferrandis gave chase to Hunter Lawrence, Ben Watson, and Jorge Prado. The only 450 in there of any note was the Canadian Tyler Medaglia on the number 39 Kawasaki. He eventually went out with a blown engine to come home in 34. Mitch Evans made a mistake, and he lost a position for Team Australia, but they were looking good as the race neared the midway stage. Jordi Tixier came in for goggles for France as Anstey fell, but not for the first time. He would eventually come into pit lane for more goggles, drop all the way down to 26th, and remount the challenge back to 13th as Hunter Lawrence for Australia found his way past the Swiss rider Jeremy Seewer to move into 4th. This was Anstey's trip into pit lane. It was a spirited charge in the second half of the race. Jordi Tixier, though, caught the rear wheel of Chervelin, but then his race would come to an end a little later on. Ben Watson, number 8 for Great Britain, the middle rider in shot, couldn't quite find his way past the new world champion Jorge Prado, number 53 of Spain, but Hunter Lawrence was lurking dangerously in the background. A fantastic move at the bottom of one of the hills put the Australian onto the rear wheel of Prado. Tixier rode his luck at times, but then that eventually ran out as he pushed his bike off the side of the track. All of a sudden, France were on the ropes. With Lawrence pass on Prado, all of a sudden, Australia would be sitting on the top of the championship standing as Ferrandis lost a position or two for the French team. Koldenhoff was perfect, though, at the head of the field, just like his teammate in race 1. He was victorious ahead of Hunter Lawrence and Jorge Prado. Australia led the way going into race 2.
So awesome to be back at a Motocross of Nations. I mean, Red Bud is kind of like, this is American motocross. There was Thursday night, 2 days before anything, and there's people, I mean, it's packed. And for me, for Kevin Windham and Ryan Sipes, man, gets a chance to ride in the biggest event probably ever held in the U.S. Have some fun. It's going to be a mutter. It's going to be awesome. And at the end of the day, hopefully do it for good cause. This idea was from Ronnie Mack and the Federation of Puerto Rico, and it took a while to kind of convince me. I mean, I love riding dirt bikes. I'll never stop riding, but not at this level. These guys are amazing. They're the best athletes in the world. When they started saying what it was going to be for and that we could kind of help rebuild the motorcycle community in Puerto Rico, which is a territory of the U.S., which is where my grandfather was from, I think it's an awesome opportunity for me to give back. Wyndham was right on board right away, and so was Sipes. So for us, it's just an awesome opportunity to be a part of this awesome event and to also hopefully help the motorcycle community in Puerto Rico.
It's been years that I was not in the Team Belgium because I was all the time injured at the end of the season. Yeah, it's good to be here with the guys, and especially on a good motocross track. That's really nice. You know, Motocross of Nations, all the time things happen. I mean, for everybody. So let's see how the weekend goes. And I think we have a good team. We are good level, 3 of us, and we have a good chance. I think we believe in each other. That's nice.
Yeah, super pumped to be back representing Australia, you know, best country in the world. So to be able to represent them, it's an honour, and I'm super proud, you know. And yeah, last year was really good. I won the MX2 class, and we have a good team, you know, a young team, and we're hungry. So hopefully we can have a good weekend, bit of lady luck, and yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm here to race the pit bike, MXoN, so it's going to be awesome. Motocross of Nations, it's our Olympics, right, for dirt bikes, so it's biggest race that we have, and you know, hopefully with a little bit of luck, you know, it's racing, anything can happen, so if we can just, you know, not have anything big happen, I think we'll do well. haven't raced anybody from the MXGP in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to this. I used to be one of those guys that raced GPs and went through Motocross of Nations, but now being here in the U.S. for quite a few years, I haven't gotten to ride this race for a long time, so it's great to have the MXGP atmosphere around, and of course race those guys that I haven't raced in a very long time, so it'll be really exciting. But I've been wanting to the last few years, but unfortunately my injuries didn't allow me to race this race, but this is a very unique and very special race. It's the Olympics of motocross, so I'm very happy and proud to present Team Germany.
Final race of the day, MXGP and Open. All 450 riders out on the deck. An outside line start for Travis Pastrana. Jeffrey Hurlings down the inside into turn 1, but it would be Alessandro Lupino with the Fox hole shot in the final race of the day. A great start for Max Nagel of Germany, number 60 around the outside as well. Tony Cairoli was in the thick of it, but he got caught coming out of turn 2 and lost a few positions. And as they did come out of the first couple of turns, it was Lupino from Coldenhoff, from Roxon and Paulin. And quickly, the Dutch rider Coldenhoff was into the lead. In front of a packed house, Coldenhoff tried to pull away as quickly as possible as his teammate Hurlings was charging his way through the field after a poor start. Fantastic ride for Lupino, who was in there for Italy in second position, whilst his teammate was just a few positions further back. But this one was coming down to France and Italy. Cairoli on the outside, giving chase as Hurlings went up the inside of Nagel. Nagel then came under attack from Cairoli. He then went after the number 1 of Gauthier Paulin of France. Ken Roxon would eventually come home 9th for Germany as Hurlings went on a charge. He found his way past the German Roxon. That put him up into 4th place. This pass on Paulin put Hurlings into 3rd. Cairoli was decisive as well, as that move on Roxon put him into 5th. Team Italy were buoyed, and they went after the French. The defending champions were about to be dethroned, or were they? It was a fantastic fight back for the team captain Gauthier Paulin, but he and Cairoli went bar to bar for the entire race. Eventually, Cairoli made the break. Paulin started to lose ground, but then Cairoli lost his goggles. Anstey was also on the charge for Great Britain. All of a sudden, there were 1 or 2 dark horses starting to show their face and become real spoilers in the quest for this Chamberlain Trophy. A mistake there from Cairoli after he threw away his goggles. Another one there from his teammate Lupino allowed Nagel to go through. That briefly put him up into 4th place. Then Nagel fell. Eventually he came home in 8th for Germany. But Cairoli was given the go-ahead to go after Paulin. They were once again bar to bar. Cairoli eventually found his way past his teammate Lupino, but it was too little too late. Coldenhoff led the way. He went on to make it a perfect day here. Hurlings, his teammate, came home in 2nd, but Gauthier Paulin, his 3rd place finish in race 2 was enough for France to be crowned world champions and lift the Chamberlain Trophy for a 5th consecutive time. Behind them by 2 points were Italy. The Netherlands were 3rd overall on 41 after losing Calvin Verlanderen in race 1. But it was another fantastic day here, this time in the USA, and another fantastic advert for motocross and the FIM Monster Energy Motocross of Nations.
Once again, the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations was totally epic. The fans were on their feet until the very last moment to witness another page of motocross history. The European riders showcased their dirt bike skills and took up every step of the podium. and did so on American soil. The battle was close between Team Italy and Team Netherlands, who finished second and third respectively. But for the 5th consecutive time, Gauthier Paulin and his French teammates will be taking the Chamberlain Trophy back home to France. We're now going to celebrate before recharging our batteries, so we're ready for the 2019 MXGP season. Bye for now!